Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm so honored today to present our paper, Assessing Second Language Writing Without Technology, a first-year university study at the International Conference on Research in Education and Science. I'm representing my institution, Prince Mohammed bin Fahd University, and also the Cognitive Research Science Center with my colleagues, Dr. Maura, Dr. Arifi, and Dana. So nowadays, technological aids in writing are commonly used by students to facilitate their writing, such as spell checkers or paraphrasing a program to artificial intelligence programs that generate essays that mimic human writing. Students' reliance on world-level technological aids makes it difficult for faculty to estimate the extent to which a submitted assignment accurately represent the capabilities of the students, especially with the students who have English as their second language. If the faculty overestimated the writing due to the reliance of the students on technological tools, their grades will be inadequate. English language proficiency is one of the requirements for the admission to undergraduate program, which is determined through standardized language proficiency tests, which is like IELTS and TOEFL. Reading and listening and comprehension speaking and writing skills are assessed by those tests. Students' performance on those tests predict writing performance in academic tasks. The communication courses aim to enhance the knowledge base and new skills that first-year students need for academic success. Scant information regarding students' writing skills is likely to detract from the effectiveness of the instruction administered. Instructors are using diagnostic assessment tools that predict students' competencies using linguistic features of their essays. For instance, some instructors may use self-made diagnostic tools at the beginning of the semester by asking students to write a brief essay while being monitored in the class, or writing intensive exams during the semester. Diagnostic tools might cause students to avoid the exam if the instructor announces it, or the students tend to face their fear and take the exam, but would produce anxiety, especially for the students who have poor writing skills. Although diagnostic assessment tools inform instructors of the qualitative aspects of a student's writing, the reliability and validity of diagnostic tests often go unchecked. So, performance in writing tasks is generally and inversely related to anxiety. In current study, we ask whether simple games at the sentence level can detect the features of a student's writing without raising the anxiety that is often associated with essays writing. Specifically, we ask whether such games can predict the specific characteristics of a student's writing that can inform written communication and instructors of the basic weaknesses and the strength of a student's composition skill. In our study, we used two tasks to assess writing skills. Sentence combination task requires combining two or more sentences into a single unit without changing the original meaning. This task relies on paraphrasing skills, which is intended to assess a writer's ability to move from writing single sentences to writing paragraphs. Rick plays football, and Rick is a student. Should be combined into one single unit without changing the meaning. So it should be Rick is a student who plays football. The second task is students building task. requires creating students that contain a particle function words, which allows more freedoms of expression. For example, write a sentence that contains a word until. So the main research question of our paper: is there a performance difference between a sentence combination and sentence building task? We expect that if the students find the sentence building task more engaging, their performance will be superior to the sentence combination task. And also we asked, can sentence level tasks predict the effort devoted to essay writing and the quality of the written product? We expect that sentence building performance will be better predictor of a student's exerted effort in essay writing than the sentence combining. Also, we predict that sentence building will be predict the quality of a student's essays to a greater extent than the sentence combination. Student sentence building performance will predict the students' use of academic vocabulary, syntactic complexity, and language fluency in their essays writing. So, in our study, the participants were 300 undergraduate female students between 18 to 27 years, whose the first language was Arabic. A companion sample was used in the written communication courses taken during the first year of enrollment English medium institution. The participation rate was 80% or 81%. So at the start of the semester, students completed two different tasks modeled the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, third edition. 15 minutes were given to students to complete the sentence combination task and the sentence building task. 1 week later, participants were given 10 minutes to write independently an essay on a common topic in a Unicode text file to ensure that the performance wouldn't rely on any technological aids like spell checker or paraphrasing tool. So to analyze the data, we use the ETS text evaluator to collect the quality measures. The average numbers of words per sentence serve to index the students' English language fluency. Other quality measures included the academic vocabulary, index the suffocations of the word choice made by the writers, the syntactic complexity of a student's sentence, which measures the writer difficulties in organizing the words into sentence, and lexical cohesions, which refer to the connections across the sentences, so the information arising from written text could be interpreted as a coherent message instead of unrelated clauses sentences. So as you hear in the shown table, the descriptive statistics of the collected data, as we expected in our hypothesis, the student did better performance in the sentence building task than in the sentence combination task. And also, as you see here in table 2, sentence building task was overall a better predictor of the quantity and the quality of a student's essays than the sentence combination task, which also support our hypothesis too. Also, students' sentence combination performance predicted students' reliance on academic vocabulary, but to a lesser degree. But neither sentence task predicted syntactic complexity or lexical cohesion. So the result of our present study can be summarized into two main points. Tasks that ask students to write under a few constraints like sentence building tasks are more likely to be engaging and enhance effort and produce higher performance. Also, the tasks that devoted to the manipulation of text within a sentence have limited predictability when the quality of written essay is considered. Our research has limitations that need to be addressed in the future research. The participants of our study include only female students, so the gender differences were not assessed in our study. Also, the first language of the participant was Arabic, so whose writing format and the style is different than the English language. Other types of sentence level tasks may have different results depending on the linguistic competencies. And also, the writing anxiety was not directly assessed in our study. So, in conclusion, the result of the present study suggests that the sentence level assessment measures may not be sufficiently diagnostic of key features of the writing of either modest or competent English speakers. Sentence level measures may be more suitable diagnostic tools for learners whose knowledge of their English language is much weaker. Thank you very much for your listening, and I'm so happy if you have any question to answer your question.